Trojan family, what's up, baby? What's up? USC J, we here, man, we here. Once again, we got some more good news. USC has stepped up to the plate. Lincoln Riley has stepped up to the plate, and our class has officially moved to number one. On three has put our class at number one, and we're going to talk about some of those players. But here's what I want to do real quick. I want to do something. I had to sit back, I had to reflect, and I had to think about this. I said to myself, our class is now number one, right? And ironically, 24/7 Sports had it at something else a couple of weeks ago. And but however, now our class is number one. But I wanted to compare and I wanted to contrast our class. And I wanted to say to myself, and I had to really think about it, because if you look back in our class, this class, opposed to some of the other classes that we've had, USC has always, I told you guys this before, has always had the talent. So I had to go back and I had to look at some of the recruiting class and see where they compared to this particular class. And, wanted to do a little bit of comparing and contrast. You guys hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. I think some of these numbers are going to surprise some people, man. Some of these numbers, if you got to really go back and look and say to yourself and remember some of these people, some of the players that we've actually had at USC. USC throughout the years, particularly in the past 15 years, have had some great players. And you had to go back because you see a lot of people mention a lot about interior players. And when I went back and looked, and shout out to Brian brought it back to my remembrance. When I went back and looked at it, he mentioned something in the comment section. And you look at some of these players such as Elijah Vera Tucker, Rasheed Green, Leonard Williams. You look at, because a lot of people, they mentioned about the interior play, and a lot of that USC is not getting these interior players. But if you go back and look, Elijah Vera Tucker and all of these players, Zach Banner, these players that we've had some players. And so I want to compare and contrast, and I want to say, look at the fact that how is this class going to be different from the classes that we've had in the past? And here's the number one reason it's going to be different. If we look at it, the number one difference that is going to be different is going to be player development, right? It's going to be player development. We've had the players, I've told you guys, and I'm going to show you these numbers. We've had the players, but the difference with this is it's going to be player development as it relates to Lincoln Riley. It's going to be player development. My number two point, it's going to be Lincoln Riley's track record and Lincoln Riley's history as it relates to putting players the best player in. It's no longer going to be we're going to be faithful to the seniors. I think Clay Helton, and nothing on him, no knock on him, but Clay Helton was so nice of a guy, and he was so loyal to seniors. And for example, let me give you an example. When we played Alabama in that game, and it's no knock on Max Brown. And Max Brown was a high caliber guy, a high caliber recruit. But Max Brown just didn't have he just didn't have what it takes to be, what we needed him to be for that Alabama game. And he wasn't mobile enough to be. However, Clay Helton, because of his rating coming out, Max Brown was I think he might have been the number one quarterback. Max Brown had so high of a rating to where Clay Helton, he stuck with that guy. He stuck with him because he was in the program and it was supposed to be like the next man up. However, we had another guy on the sideline, which was Sam Darnold, who led us in that same season to play in the Rose Bowl at Penn State, right? So we had a high caliber guy, and Nick Saban, Lincoln Riley, Nick Saban did it with Tua and Jalen Hurts, right? Nick Saban had no problem with doing it with those guys. Lincoln Riley had no problem with doing it with Spencer Rattler and Caleb Williams, right? And so, this is one of the things that's going to make this different as it relates to this class. And so that's my number 2 point. And number 3 point, what makes this class different is we have an athletic QB in Caleb Williams. We have an athletic QB in Malachi Nelson. We've never had that at USC. USC has never had that. College football as a whole, the landscape of college football has changed as a whole. We need an athletic quarterback, somebody that's able to escape those guys that are coming off the edge, somebody that's able to move and groove, to make quality decisions and be able to run if it's time to run. Because, you know how it is. The college football landscape has changed. We need quarterbacks that are mobile, right? So listen, those are my my critical top 3 points as it relates to what's going to make this class different. Because this class is number 1, right? This class has officially became number 1. But I want to go throughout the years. And I came across this list yesterday from 2015 and on. Fox Sports has the most 5-star recruits since 2015, and they got 1 at Alabama, right? 35. They got 2 Georgia, 33, and they got 3 Ohio State, 25. They got 4 Clemson at 22, and they got 5. 3 are tied for 5, and that's USC, Texas A&M, and LSU for 14. USC has been in the mix since 2015. They've had top recruits, right? USC has had the top recruits since 2015. They've had the most 5 stars since 2015 and the 5th rated most 5 stars since 2015 at 14. They've had 14. So USC, like I told you guys, they have never been lacking this talent. So that led me to go over to the recruiting class. How does the recruiting class since 2015? How did it rank up? So look, let's check it out. 2015, the class was ranked number 1 overall. 2015. If we go to 2016, USC had a number 10 ranking, right? So we go to 2017, USC had a number 4 ranking overall. If we go to 2018, USC had a number 4 ranking overall. We go to 2019, USC had a number 20 ranking. And then here's when it starts going down. It started going down to the 2019 at the number 20 ranking. 2020, we went from 20th to 68th. 2021, this is the year we had Corey Foreman, Rajon Davis in that class, Julian Simon, those guys. We went from number 68. That's when Dante Williams came in. Then we had a number, 2021, we had number 8 class. And so in 2022, of course, with the transfer portal and composite, we had a number 6 class. So if you look at it, we've only had, since 2015, we've only had 2 bad classes, which was our bad in our standards, which was number 20 class and a number 68 class. So when we look at it, and since 2015, we've had a number 1, a number 10, a number 4, a number 4, a number 8, and a number 6 class. So we hadn't had bad recruits. We hadn't had bad talent. And so when Fox Sports pulls out this list, the most 5 stars since 2015, and we're at number 14, that is an accurate list. That is accurate. So the problem is never been the talent. And I've told you guys this before. So when we look at this class now, and On3 has put our class at number 1, this is nothing new to us, really. It's nothing new to us. And even some of the, I would argue, while some people say, while the media makes it look like it's worse than what it is, I would argue that we've had some of the interior players. We've had some of those guys. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Player development is where the rubber meets the road. This is where it's going to change. And see, I think, in my opinion, when you look at Lincoln Riley, when he looks back and consider, I believe he had to go through these numbers. Not only just looking at the fact that his surrounding area of Southern California, but I believe he went through some of these numbers and maybe do what I'm doing, pulling it up from 2015 on and say, look, man, USC really hasn't had a bad classes. USC has had some great guys, and what I can do with that talent opposed to what I'm doing with Oklahoma, I can really do something with that, and it won't be as hard, right? Like, share, subscribe. You guys hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. And so I looked at these classes. So this is where the rubber meets the road. Player development, that's 1. And then as it relates to this class, an athletic quarterback, that's 2. Those are 2 major differences that we're going to have as it relates to these classes. As far as the skilled players, and let's look at this class now, the number 1 class. As far as the skilled players, of course, we got Malachi Nelson, which is going to be the quarterback. We got Zachariah Branch, which happens to be, I seen it today. Shout out to Kazim. He sent that to me this morning, and he's the number one receiver in this 2023 class. And of course, we got Malachi Lemon, which is something that we used to. We got Braxton Myers, which is something that we used to. We got Amarion Peterson, which is something that we used to as it relates to these class. He's a running back. Of course, we had Ronald Jones, Amarion Peterson from Texas. We had Ronald Jones. We haven't had problems with recruiting. We got Quentin Joyner, which is another awesome and great running back. So we look at it here. We got Christian Pierce, which is a nice pickup. And let's see. And so these are the guys we got These are the guys we got for our class. And so our class has moved up to #1 in the ranking. And so where the rubber meets the road as it relates to this class, because I went through these numbers with you guys. And USC had, since 2015, 14 5-stars, a #1 class, a #10 class, a #4 class, a #4 class, and a #8 class, and a #6 class. The only classes that were bad were 2019 and 2020, which is #20 and #68. You guys hit me in the comment section. Those numbers surprise you? Those numbers, I mean, does this shock you or what? You guys like, share, subscribe. USCJ32 on Instagram. USCJ32 on Twitter. So we got the #1 class. We're moving and grooving. We got something that we never had before, which was a mobile quarterback. And so this is the difference maker. So you guys tell me in the comment section what you think. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Let me give you this. Vegas had its win totals out. Vegas put out the win totals for the season yesterday. I want to give you these numbers and I'm out of here. Let's see. I'm just going to give you a couple teams. I'm not going to give you all of them, but Alabama is 10.5 wins. They got Alabama projected to be to have 10.5 wins. Ohio State, they got them projected to have 10.5 wins. Georgia, they have them projected to have 10.5 wins. Watch this now. Texas A&M, they got them projected to have 8.5 wins. Now, they got the best recruiting class in the country, and Texas A&M is projected to have 8.5 wins. Clemson, they got projected to have 10.5 wins. Notre Dame, you guys watch this now. They got Notre Dame projected to have 8.5 wins. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they have them projected to lose against us? I don't know, but Notre Dame is projected to have 8.5 wins. Oklahoma is projected to have 9.5 wins. I've just got a couple of teams. You guys watch this one now. Oregon is projected to have 8.5 wins. so we don't know what they have projected for Oregon. And Utah is projected to have 8.5 wins. So does that mean that they projected to lose against us? And so USC is projected, Las Vegas odds, is projected to have us have 9.5 wins. New odds just came out. We had a college football projection from Vegas as far as the national championship odds. Now this is the win total projection for 2022 season, and the USC is projected to be 9.5 wins. So I guess you can give us 10 wins according to this. You guys hit me in the comment section, man. Like, share, subscribe. USCJ32. Fight on, fight on, fight on.